It's Book of the Month Vault time. Hi friends, welcome back to Pages and Chaos. And in case you're new here, the Book of the Month Vault is a series that I decided to do this year where I pick a prompt, I pick a book off of my very large unread Book of the Month shelves here, and I let you know all of my thoughts and whether or not it was a good pick or if it was one that I bought because of the hype or whatever my thoughts are. So it is June, we are up to round 6, and let's see what we get. All right, so let's see what we get. Okay, so we have a finalist or a winner. So I'm going to go through my shelves and see if any of them that I have was either a finalist or a winner of the book of the year. I do know that I have some on here that I picked that were either finalists or book of the year, because one of the things that they started doing, if you have been a member for so long, is that when they have their finalists and their winners, you get to have a free add-on of one of those books at the end of the year. So I am pretty sure I still have a bunch on here that I have not read. So I'm going to go through the books. I'm going to see which ones were finalists or winners and see what I can come up with. Okay, so I went through my shelves. These are all the unread finalists that I have. This is the most recent one from 2005, and this is as far back as I have up until 2017. Now, there are a bunch of winners and finalists that I have read already. So, yeah, obviously we're not rereading those. So now I'm going to go through these, and I'm going to pick the one that sounds interesting, and we'll see what I come up with. Okay, well, I've narrowed it down to 4 books, and I can't decide. So let's go through them, look at the quick take, and I think I'm going to do a try chapter for each one of these to narrow down my choices. Okay, so the first one is The Beast of Extraordinary Circumstances by Ruth M. Lang. I've heard so many great things about this. This one is this was a finalist from 2017. So I'm going to look on Book of the Month's quick take and see what it says. So it is a fantasy, and it says, this wonderful, whimsical, warm-hearted novel is filled with subtle and not so subtle nods to the books I loved as a child. In the good to know section, it says multiple viewpoints, quirky, underdog, and quest. Right, next up is Recursion by Blake Crouch. This is from 2019, a finalist, and this is sci-fi, and it says, quick take, the tech bro villain we probably deserve. Fast read, action-packed, movie-ish, and buzzy. That sounds interesting, although I'm not a huge sci-fi person, so I don't know why I even have this. Next, also from 2009, is This Tender Land by William Kent Kruger. So this says historical fiction. Quick take, a coming-of-age odyssey that will leave you in awe of the rawness of the Great Depression and the American Midwest. Good to know. Emotional, heavy read, 400 pages, action-packed. I'm actually going to say right now that I'm not in the mood for a heavy read, so I think I'm going to put that off to the side, and we'll do try chapter with 3. So let's get to the last one, and then we'll see. All right, and then the last one is The Guest List by Lisa Foley. This one is a thriller. Plot twist, this high-profile wedding starts with a murder. You'll be left to guess who done it alongside its guests. Family drama, action-packed, creepy, and whodunit. Okay, so there you have it. Those are the 3 choices. I'm going to do a try chapter of each one of these, and then we'll see which one I choose. I'm going to start my try chapter with The Beast of Extraordinary Circumstance. So we'll see how I like it and if this will be my choice. I finished the little prologue first chapter of Beast of Extraordinary Circumstance. I don't think this is going to be the one that I pick because, one, we're already looking at 2 different timelines, and then there's a third timeline because I skipped ahead just to look, plus multiple viewpoints. There were 2 just in the little prologue and first chapter, and then I looked ahead and there was 2 more viewpoints. I don't know how many viewpoints there are. This does sound interesting. I'm not going to unhaul it. I am going to keep it, and I am going to eventually read it, but I just don't think I'm in the mood for this right now. So I'm going to try one of the other 2 books, try chapters, and we'll see which one I choose. Let's try The Guest List next. possible contender. So the guest list is about a wedding on a remote island of Ireland, and it looks like there's multiple viewpoints. So I read like the first two chapters because they were very short. Somebody obviously is the murder victim. And I love that it sounds like, so they're on an island. There's obviously bad weather. And it says everyone on the island has a secret. Everyone has a motive and someone won't leave this wedding alive. This is giving me, and then there were none vibes from Agatha Christie. So it says here on the back, the guest list, an exclusive wedding in a remote island, Irish island, the bride, the +1, the best man, the wedding planner, the bridesmaids. All have a secret, all have a motive, but only one is a murderer. So this is a maybe. So the last one that I'm going to do try chapter is Recursion by Bray Crouch, and we'll see which one I decide. This one sounds interesting. There are two different viewpoints. The setup is a little weird. It's not set up in chapters per se. Like, it's book 1, right? So it starts off just like as book 1, but then we have the first viewpoint, and then when we get to the next like part, it's not a new chapter, it's just another viewpoint. And then I'm assuming like we'll get through this and then we'll get to book 2 and it'll be similar like that. So it's not really set up in chapters. So I don't know how I feel about that. But the first chapter grabbed me right away. Already it was like starting off with like a very heart pounding, like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? So this one might be it. So it says, memory makes reality. That's what New York City cop Barry Sutton is learning as he investigates the devastating phenomenon of media has dubbed false memory syndrome, a mysterious affliction that drives its victims mad with memories of a life they never lived. That's what neuroscientist Helena Smith believes. It's why she dictates her life to creating technology that will let us preserve our most precious memories. If she succeeds, anyone will be able to re-experience a first kiss, the birth of a child, the final moment with a dying parent. As Barry searches for the truth, he comes face to face with an opponent more terrifying than any disease, a force that attacks not just our minds, but the very fabric of the past. As its effects begin to unmake the world as we know it, he and Helena work together, will stand a chance at defeating it. But how can they make a stand when reality itself is shifting and crumbling all around them? At once a relentless page turner, an intricate science fiction puzzle box about time, identity, and memory. Recursion is as thrilling as only Blake Crouch could imagine it, and his most ambitious, mind-boggling, irresistible work to date. So that sounds pretty interesting. I think it's going to be very like mind-bending. It's definitely going to be something that you have to pay attention to and follow through, I have a feeling. But I just like the idea of like this false memory syndrome. Right away, it seems like it's going to be a very not difficult read, but like you could definitely tell the heartbreak that's going to happen with these people. So I think this is going to be my pick for the June Book of the Month Vault, and this is what we'll try. Now I am going to leave the guest list out. I don't know if I get through the books that I do have planned for June because I am participating in the Amazing Readathon. I might also pick up this one if it could fit one of the prompts, and already this one definitely fits one of the prompts, so we'll just see if I could fit, which one I could fit it into, but this is the one that I'm going to read. Well, there you have it. Recursion by Blake Crouch is the one that I am going to pick for June's Book of the Month Vault. Let me know down in the comments. Have you read this? I need to know your thoughts. I mean, already this is an older book. It was from 2019's Book of the Month, but it takes place in 2018. So we're like, you know, about 8 years already. But it sounds like it's going to be interesting and I can't wait to read it. So I'd love to hear all of your thoughts if you read this. I'm not a sci-fi person, so I don't know if this is something that I'm going to be able to stick with or not. We'll see. So far, the very few sci-fis that I've read, a couple of them were DNFs, and I read like 2 of them so far that I really enjoyed. So I hope this is going to be one of them that I add. Well, if you made it this far and you're just a little too shy to comment, but you want to let me know you were here, then leave me a brain emoji down in the comments. And I think there's a brain emoji. If there's no brain emoji, then leave me something to do with memory or puzzle. And make sure you check back at the end of June to watch my vlog and hear all of my thoughts and see if it was something that I stuck with and it was was a good choice. Well, that's all I have for now. Bye.